In the heart of Mumbai, one of the busiest cities in the world, there lived a young man named Aryan. He was a street photographer. His camera was always in his hands, ready to capture life. People loved his work, but deep inside, Aryan felt something was missing. He walked the streets every single day, looking through his lens at faces, colors, and light. He captured beauty everywhere he went, but he could never find peace in his own heart. There was a quiet emptiness inside him, a feeling that no photograph could ever fill. Then, one rainy afternoon, everything changed. The monsoon clouds were dark and heavy, the streets were wet, and the city felt alive with the sound of rain. Aryan stepped into a small, cozy cafe tucked inside a narrow lane, just to stay dry. This cafe was not like other places. It had old wooden chairs, warm golden lights, and a very special owner. Her name was Mrs. Kapoor. People said she had a gift. She could look at a person and sense their destiny. Aryan had been there before, but that day something felt different. As he sat down and held his cup of warm chai, he noticed a girl sitting near the window. She was reading a book, completely lost in her own world, with the rain softly falling behind her. Her name was Mia. She was a writer, and she had just moved to Mumbai, searching for stories, searching for inspiration. The soft light from the rain-covered window fell gently on her face. Her eyes were deep and thoughtful, like they were holding 100 untold stories. Aryan could not look away. He felt something he had never felt before, a pull, like the universe was quietly pushing him forward. He raised his camera. He wanted to capture this moment, this feeling. But when he looked through the lens, he stopped. He realized no photo could ever hold what he was feeling right now. At that exact moment, Mia looked up. Their eyes met, right through the camera lens. And instead of feeling uncomfortable, Mia felt something warm and familiar, like coming home after a very long journey. She smiled, and that one smile made Aryan's heart beat faster than it ever had before. He took a slow breath, walked over, and said, "Mind if I join you?" "Not at all," she said softly. Her voice was as calm and gentle as the rain outside. And just like that, they began to talk. They talked for hours about their dreams, their work, their fears, and the feeling that something in their lives had always been waiting to be found. Time disappeared. The rain kept falling. Neither of them wanted the evening to end. Aryan learned that Mia loved old stories, tales of love that crossed time and distance. She was writing a novel about a love so strong it could survive anything the world threw at it. And Mia learned about Aryan's gift, his ability to look at a simple street scene and turn it into something timeless and beautiful. Before they said goodbye, they exchanged numbers. They promised to meet again. And they did, again and again, week after week. Together, they explored the streets of Mumbai, Aryan with his camera, Mia with her notebook. They visited old bookshops with dusty shelves and stories hidden in every corner. They walked through historical lanes where the walls seemed to whisper memories of the past. Every place they discovered together became a new chapter in a love story they had not planned, but could not stop writing. One afternoon, Aryan took Mia somewhere very special. It was an old, abandoned mansion on the edge of the city, a place Aryan had found years ago and never shared with anyone. Inside, everything was still, dusty, quiet, frozen in time. As they walked through the empty rooms, they found something unexpected, an old wooden trunk, hidden under a pile of forgotten things. Inside were letters, old photographs, and a love story that had been sleeping there for decades. A couple had once lived there, and they had loved each other deeply, even when the whole world told them not to. Mia read every letter carefully, her eyes filled with quiet emotion. She knew them. This was the story she had been searching for. She would weave it into her novel. And without realizing it, she was already living her own version of that story, right there beside Aryan. That old mansion became their special place, their secret from the rest of the world. They would go there to think, to create, and to simply be together, away from the noise of the city. Months passed, and with each passing day, what they felt for each other grew stronger and deeper. Then came an evening unlike any other. The sky above the mansion was painted in deep shades of orange, pink, and gold, like the world itself was celebrating something. Aryan led Mia up to the rooftop, where the whole city stretched out before them, glowing in the sunset light. He turned to her, and for the first time in his life, he said the words that had been growing quietly in his heart. "Meeting you changed everything," he said. "You are the part of my life I didn't know was missing." Tears filled Mia's eyes, not from sadness, but from the kind of joy that is so big it can only come out as tears. She smiled through her tears and whispered, "You are the missing piece in my story, too." And in that moment, standing on the rooftop of an old, forgotten mansion, two hearts became one. Their love, born in a rainy cafe, built on dusty old letters, and grown on the streets of a beautiful city, was finally spoken out loud. Aryan's photographs of Mia, mixed with the spirit and soul of Mumbai, touched the hearts of thousands. And Mia's novel, a story of two loves, one from the past and one living in the present, made readers around the world cry and smile at the same time. Their story became a reminder that love is always possible, no matter who you are, where you come from, or how lonely you have felt. And so, in the rain-washed streets of Mumbai, a city full of noise and color and life, Aryan and Mia wrote a love story together. Not with a plan, not with perfect words, but with open hearts and the courage to say hello to a stranger on a rainy afternoon. Because sometimes the most beautiful thing that can ever happen to you walks through a cafe door, sits by a window, and changes your whole world with just one smile.